There are two types of gaming experiences I look for, those that entertain and those that move me. Europa somehow manages to skirt a line between the two just well enough to make me want to roll credits more than once. At its core, Europa is a heartfelt and moving tale of Z, a young boy who wakes up alone with no memories and a note telling him to head towards the island, a floating oasis among the clouds. As you traverse the world around you, you'll learn what happened to the people here before you, and maybe a little something about the person you used to be. Starting out in a picturesque open field with a view that looks like it's been torn straight out of the scenes of a Studio Ghibli movie, you will slowly learn how to jump, float, and glide your way through your journey towards the island, through fields, underwater caves, frozen tundras, and more. If you thought everything so far sounded a little bit Breath of the Wild, you wouldn't be too far off the mark. While the paths you take are altogether more linear, there are some definite parallels. From the cel-shaded art style, down to some of the puzzles and enemies you'll face along the way. I use the term enemies loosely, however. There's no real combat in the game, and while turrets and other creatures will attack you on sight, there's no damage to be taken beyond being temporarily stunned. The main bulk of your time in Europa will be spent traversing the different areas and solving the simple yet engaging puzzles. Luckily, the traversal more than makes up for the lack of combat, as you sail through each area looking to unlock the next upgrade for your glide ability. I do wish there was more to do in each area, however, as the game rarely rewards exploration with more than a crystal collectible and another diary note to open more of that backstory. As mentioned previously, the game wears its inspiration squarely on its sleeve. From games like Zelda and Journey, to Ghibli films like Howl's Moving Castle and Laputa Castle in the Sky, this game is beautiful. As you carry on your journey, you'll visit different vistas, all offering a unique area to traverse. One of the main themes of the game is about humans and their place in the natural ecosystem. There's also a melancholic tale of loss throughout. Loss of family, loss of nature, the loss of innocence, and more. The way the game handles these themes and slowly unravels a story is as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. The game is about 3 hours long, with more time on top of that for completionists. Sadly, beyond the previously mentioned crystals and diary pages, there's not much reason to stay in one area for too long, as the game's open world art quickly gives way to a linear path and hidden walls. I would personally love to see a more open world from these developers, but understand that is not the experience they wanted to provide in this instance. I also wish there was more in the way of activities in the world beyond the basic puzzles, with no real way to combat the local enemies' attacks and the stun mechanics lasting a little too long for my liking. These two things combined sometimes led to the odd moment of being stun locked for a while. However, these are small gripes with an otherwise wonderful experience. I've long held the belief that games are art, a unique medium that merges storytelling, design, and gameplay to create something other mediums can't quite reach. It's games like Europa that I would hold up as examples of this belief. Creating a compelling story through the remnants of diary pages left behind, alongside the elements in the world that tell you what happened here before, combine that with the traversal music to elicit emotions of loss, grief, and sometimes even anger. The team at Nova Dust have created something both beautiful and thoughtful in its design that I really hope more people get to experience. While the final gameplay itself may not hit the lofty heights of the games that inspired it, the combination of fun traversal, simple yet smart puzzles, and an unashamed love for the mediums that came before it means that Europa is something I believe everyone should take a chance to experience. The game is out now on PC and Nintendo Switch. Let me know if you're going to be checking it out in the comments below. Until next time, happy gaming.